I do love your mother, but she's more like a pet to me.
I still can't believe it. I can't believe our time together was a lie.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw.
And I don't want to lie to you like Nolan lied to me.
I think I miss my wife.
Alright, so it seems that the writers are going a similar direction with the comics where Debbie and Nolan will eventually make up and get back together in some form of a relationship, as some form of a couple. I was hoping they would not do this because I really genuinely do feel that it undermines the arcs and characters of both of them. Though Nolan is really, truly, genuinely trying to redeem himself and has in fact changed, he has demonstrated great naivete in some of his attempts, which are also, by his own admission, not entirely selfless. His interaction with Art when he came back to Earth is a clear indication of this. Art reminds him that he, because of the horrific things, the horrible things he did in Chicago, among other things, is no longer considered a hero. What he did to the Guardians, savage, brutal betrayal. Art subtly reminds us of the countless deaths, intentional mass deaths, Nolan has caused directly himself. These are things that cannot be and should not be so easily let past. All the human lives, hero and citizen, even the indirect and unintended lives caught in the crossfires of his life, the Thraxans, millions upon millions, Thraxan and human, dead and lost. For him to just get back with his family in some form, with his wife, does not seem to equate for what he has already done. And this is not to mention what he did to Debbie and Mark, his very own family. The broken relationship, the broken intimacy, trust, these are things that are not taken so lightly. Debbie reminds Nolan of what he has done to her, especially her, and what she had to do and go through.
You killed him!
Your husband's Omni-Man.
I thought he was Nolan Grayson, but that wasn't true. I wish he was dead. I wish I could grieve and move on, but I can't. I can't.
I wish he was dead too, but not for your sake.
And this is why I think it would be unbecoming, truly unbecoming, of all that Debbie has went through and done, all her effort to just get back with Nolan eventually. Debbie was there with and for him since the beginning, with great effort educating him on human values, human philosophy, and why they are important. And after his betrayal, she had to bear the imposed guilt and shame upon her, with knowing your husband was the cause of so much pain, so much loss.
I didn't know who he was.
You should have.
We went through Debbie's arc of accepting his betrayal and understanding that her husband was gone, or was probably even never there in the first place. The deaths of many had also caused the death of her lover, her husband.
You! But you killed the man I loved. You killed him! Ah! Ah!
Debbie.
If I was supposed to change you, I failed. You're not one of us. You're not human. You're barely a bad photocopy.
What was the point of Debbie's entire arc, multi-season arc, moving on, finding her own strength, letting go of a love that was repaid to her and replaced with betrayal and death so she can create new love in its place, in the form of raising and supporting her children, Mark and Oliver, keeping not only herself together, but everyone. And perhaps even finding new love along the way, different from her previous relationship, but healthy love nonetheless. Debbie has put in so much effort into each part of her arc, conquering herself, her guilt, her shame, and reforming it into devotion to Mark and later to fight for the custody of Oliver and prove herself to herself and to Cecil a mother that she is and was. And finally, finding a new relationship, Not perfect, and again, not necessarily like her previous relationship, but a great one. One that is fit for her and her sons.
All's great. Good with the boys, he makes Debbie smile. Maybe a little ordinary, but I figure that's what she needs after you.
Is that a double island kitchen? Didn't I just tell you how much I like those?
I sell my place, you sell yours, we wouldn't even have a mortgage. I'm sure the boys would love having more space. You said you wanted to move in together.
Yes, it's just... I raised Mark and Oliver in our house. I've been there almost 20 years.
Maybe it's time for a change? Sleep on it. That's all I'm asking, okay?
All that build-up, all that effort, all of it to move on and reclaim and remake herself. Especially how they rewrote Paul and Debbie's entire character and relationship towards each other. They gave her so much agency and dignity in this series, in this show, and now they just want her to get back into Nolan's arms, literally. But not to say that Nolan should never get his forgiveness, of course, especially from Debbie. I just wish they would not get back together as a couple. Nolan will eventually, deservingly so, get his forgiveness after his penance, his efforts to prove himself worthy. He does deserve that, I will agree. But for what he did, to get back with his wife, I feel undermines everything that they are both doing and have done. His confrontation with Debbie this season paints how differently they already are. As Debbie said, he, her husband, died when he betrayed them all. And in all this time, as I showed, she, in a way, has also died, rebirthed into a new person. I think it really cheapens the story to just have them return to each other's arms after growing so much from where they parted ways. Nolan even admits it was really selfish of him to try and see Debbie and perhaps even trying to persuade her. He knows he doesn't deserve her anymore, and she does not deserve to be with him again. Things are too changed. I think part of Nolan understands this, and I only hope that the writers too understand this and write that instead. Have Nolan, as he deserves, attain forgiveness through his penance, through his efforts, but understand that in the end, consequences, very dire consequences, must still happen and maintain themselves for what he did, and that consequence is the end of their relationship as a couple. What he earns through his penance is his forgiveness, but not a redo. This he must not be able to reclaim. This is a consequence he cannot undo. And just like Debbie, he must accept this death and move on and be changed for the better. But perhaps, fellow minds, you all may agree with me, or perhaps not. Please leave your own thoughts below. Will it cheapen and betray their character arcs, as I put it? I look forward to discussing with all of you down below. And next time we examine what went wrong in the battle over Viltrum, I will see all of you back here, within mine mind.